So I am making this video for you, the early to mid 20-year-old creative who is freelancing right now. Maybe you're juggling a bunch of different jobs right now. Maybe you're all over the place. You know that you want to be a creative and you want to go from creative to business owner. I've been there. Just to give you a little bit of context before I make this video, I am a video production owner. I've gone from being a freelancer, having no idea what I was doing, to over the span of the last 8 years, building an actual business where I've consistently been getting myself out of that business as much as possible, providing even more value for my clients, for my customers, and more importantly, doing something that I absolutely love, knowing that I built it with a lot of help from people. In this video, what I want to do, I'm going to give you the 10 things that I wish I could have done if I was in your shoes. It took me a long time to build my business, and knowing the things that I know now, I'll be completely honest with you, I would have built it a lot faster. All right, so I'm going to go through those 10 things. First things first, it is okay to give away free work. The only caveat that you have to put in for that though, is you have to be strategic about how you work for free. Obviously, if you're not known at all, if you don't have any recognition in your space, if nobody knows who you are, you have to give work away for free. You have to exchange experience for money, or money for experience, or experience for no money. But when you have no experience, you have to give it away for free. That's the only way that people are going to know about who you are, what you do, how good you are, how bad you are, whatever that is. You have to trade your time for work at the end of the day when you're just getting started. And that's something that, takes a bit of humbling to do. But if you're strategic about it, it's going to work really well for you, because you need to give your free work away strategically. What do I mean by that? You have to say, I'm going to give this to this person for free. I'm going to rock their world. I'm going to do great things with the content or with the product or with the service that I offer. Let's say you're a videographer. I'm going to overdo it. They're going to expose me to all their followers. They're going to get me connected with people. And you be very clear when you give that away. Hey, in exchange for doing this for free, I want you to give me a list of 3 people who could also use this service. Those 3 people, those are the ones that you charge for. Those are the ones that you say, yeah, I did this for this person, and for you, it costs this much. As long as you're strategic about your free work, it can do wonders for you. And that's something that I wish I could have put a lot more strategy behind when I was your age. Number 2, learn how to say no. You cannot say yes to everything. Look, you're struggling, you're young, you're trying to figure out who you are, what you do, how you fit in the world. Again, I'll take my example of a videographer. You're trying to figure things out, but by saying yes to everything, you're gonna be involved in projects that you don't really wanna be involved with. You're gonna be working with people that you really don't wanna work with. Your heart's not gonna be in it. Your head's not gonna be in it. You're not gonna be at your best. What's gonna end up happening is you're gonna underdeliver. That's what happened to me so many times by saying yes to literally everything. I wish I could have been stronger and I could have been more confident in myself and known very clearly who I worked with, where I could have said no to opportunities that weren't really opportunities. They were actually big wastes of time. Thankfully, I learned a lot of lessons in those. I made a lot of mistakes, unfortunately, but it did teach me to be very clear with who I work with. So when you're getting everything started, yeah, you're gonna have a moment where, you're gonna have to pay rent. You're gonna have to pay for your car. You're gonna have to pay for gas, for food. If you have a young family, you're gonna have to pay for all those things. So I get that, but at the same time, saying no to specific things because you can see it's not gonna be a good thing is a fantastic thing to do, and to get used to that the earlier you are in your career, because in the long run, it's really gonna pay off. So learn how to say no. All right, number 3, be comfortable with not knowing what you are doing. When you're just getting started, you literally have no idea what you're doing. You can be an expert. You can have gone to graphic design school. You could have gone to film school. You could have gone to acting school. You could have gone to whatever school it is that makes you creative, but you have not been in the real world. And that is something that you have to know, and you have to be okay with, and you have to understand that you do not know your place in the world yet, and you have time to figure out how you're gonna fit into the world. And that's okay. Look, the first 2.5 years of my business, looking back on them now, I realized that I had no idea what I was doing. I think for me, it was just like, let's survive. Let's just get through these first 2.5 years and make it through so that I can say, yes, I made it. This is awesome. If I would have had that perspective of just like, I'm going to spend the next 2.5 years honing my craft, learning what to do, figuring out business, making that probably the priority of saying, I'm going to figure out how to run a business that makes videos, not be a videographer. I feel like I would have shaved off a lot of time and experience of just having that humility to say, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. And I need to find people who know what they're doing and see if they can give me any feedback or any help or any tidbits of information or any points in the right direction to teach me how to do what I am going to do, which is own a business, well. And so the first 2.5 years, I really wish I had just taken that seriously of saying, you know what, I don't really know what I'm doing. And my job is just to get better and to learn and to grow and to ask questions and just being comfortable with basically being uncomfortable. Number 4, and this one is extremely important. I mean, all 10 of these are important, but this one's really important. Prioritize your relationships. Look, right now as a 1-year-old, content creation expert or video editor or videographer or marketing expert or social media strategist, whatever you want to call yourself. Right now in your phone, you know enough people to start your business. You know enough people where you can genuinely solve the problems for at least 3 people in your contact list. Those 3 people are literally co-founders of your company, and you treat them as such. You do what you say you're going to do. You deliver early. You blow expectations out of the water. You are reliable. You show up on time. You give information. You give value. You literally change their trajectory for their business in whatever creative pursuit it is that you're going after. Because those relationships, those 3 people can literally build your entire business for you if you play your cards right. So prioritizing those relationships, those first key people. There are people in my life that gave me business when they had no business giving me business. There are people in my life who took a chance on me and said, you know what, here you go. I know you're just getting started. I'm going to write you the check, go. Those are the people that you need to be prioritizing. Those are the people that you need to consistently give credit to and make sure they are treated extremely well. Because when you prioritize these relationships, they start compounding. They start being even more valuable. There's relationships that I've had for years now that keep giving me more business, keep giving me more referrals, keep giving me more people to connect with for years and years and years. And it's because of the effort that I put into those relationships. So you have to be an expert at building and maintaining relationships in your creative pursuit. So that's number 4. Number 5, know your value in the marketplace and know what you are worth. So by that, I don't mean like, oh man, everyone's making $150 an hour right now, so I need to charge $150 an hour. If you are just getting started, you are nowhere near charging those rates. If you do not have a portfolio that shows the examples of your work, you cannot charge over market value. You can't even charge at market value. There's a lot of these things that do become true when you own a business. If you sell it prestigiously, if you market it prestigiously, if you charge $10,000 for this thing, it's going to be perceived value and people are going to take you seriously. That's absolutely true, but you have to be in it for a while before you start doing that. You can't just be a 23-year-old Joe Blow from the streets, just graduated from college, being like, hey, this photography package where you get this, this, and this. Well, everybody else is charging $5,000 for it, so I'm going to charge $5,000 for it too. Where's your portfolio? Where's your past work? Where's your client examples? Where's your testimonials? Where's your website that shows all your experience? Oh, you have no experience. Then why are you charging $5,000? You can't. You have to understand where you fit in the marketplace, and you have to price yourself accordingly. 2-3 years ago, I could not charge anywhere near what I charge now. I had to grow. I had to evolve. I had to get client relationships. I had to build testimonials. I had to build a rap, let's say, of providing consistent good work before I could raise my prices. And now I'm finding myself in the position where I'm having to continually raise my prices month after month after month because I have to be able to keep up with demand and I have to build a team under me that can support the work. When you're just getting started, you have to understand you can't just charge what the whole marketplace is charging, because if you don't have that experience, people will not pay for it. And if you can't prove that experience, especially, people will not pay it. So you have to understand where you fit in the marketplace. Am I just getting started? Am I an amateur? Am I just learning what I'm doing? Am I actually getting pretty good at it? Do I have a client base? Am I getting consistent referrals? Am I getting good leads off of social media or different platforms? Am I an expert now? Is what I say absolutely gold? Those are all different levels, and the marketplace is going to charge accordingly. You're going to charge differently whenever you're at those levels, but you have to have the experience. You have to have the backup in order to charge what you charge. So make sure you know exactly what you are worth, because I've made the mistake where I've overcharged, where I've undercharged, where I haven't charged enough, I charge way too much. I've had those experiences where I lost out because I realized, oh yeah, why am I charging $100 an hour? They have no idea who I am. I only charged $25. I should have charged $100 an hour. You only figure that out by doing it and failing. That's the honest truth. If I would have studied the marketplace a lot more closely, a lot more sincerely, and been more honest with myself, I feel like I would have charged accordingly, and that would have helped me grow my business month after month after month. Know your value. Number 6. This is a big one. This is one where I struggled with way too much as an early 20-year-old. Don't worry about over delivering. Look, when I used to go to these meetings with people being like, oh yeah, I'm brand new, you know, I'm kind of figuring out what I'm doing. I really want to blow you out of the water. I want to blow all your expectations. You know, you said you only wanted a 1-minute video with this, this, and this. Well, I'm going to make a 1-minute video that has this, and this, and I'm only going to charge this much. What happens there? You run out of resources. You don't have enough time. You overcommit. You find yourself that you're in a hole. It's just like when you're in college and you have to write that paper and you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna deliver it. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing. You know, I'm gonna write it all out over a month. And then you end up partying. You end up going crazy in college. And it's the night before and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to over deliver on this because I told, you know, myself and I told my teacher, hey, don't worry, it's gonna be great. And you put yourself in a position where you're going to fail. It's too much pressure. That's what happened to me way too many times. I would always say, oh, well, you know, I am inexperienced. I am young. So in order to get the job, I'm gonna underprice and I'm gonna say I'm gonna deliver all these things. And then I put myself in a position where, geez, I don't have the budget to hire this out. And I got 2 other projects. I'm handling 3 projects right now. I can't handle all this work. So I'm gonna kind of half-ass this one. And when I turn it in, the client's gonna be like, well, wait a minute. You promised me this, this, and this. You promised me the whole world. You gave me a little city. Like, what the heck? Of course they're gonna be pissed. Of course they're not gonna be happy with you. And of course you're gonna lose that relationship. That is something that I shouldn't have done. What I should have done was said, hey, this is what you want. I can deliver exactly that. Because in today's world, so many people overpromise and underdeliver. So if you simply just do what you say you're gonna do as an early to mid 20-year-old, the chances are people are gonna be very impressed and they're gonna wanna work with you more. So don't worry about overpromising and promising the entire world if you can't handle it. That's okay. What people wanna know is, what am I getting? When am I getting it? Are you the right person to do that? And if you are, you do it. That's how you get more business. That's what I should have done. I should have never overpromised. Number 7, do not do things that you are not good at. I'm gonna say it another way. Do not deliver if you suck at doing it. That is huge. When I was growing my video business, one of the first things I thought was, man, I really wanna grow this business, so I think I'm gonna offer other things that I can offer my clients. Websites, SEO, paid ads, all this stuff that I was not good at, number 1, and 2, that I personally could not deliver. So you're gonna get to the point where you have 2 clients, and then 3, and then 5, and then 7. And then, you know, one of my last months, I had 21 clients at the same time. So the mistake that you're gonna make, that you shouldn't make, if you're watching this video, you better not make it, is you're gonna say, gosh, like I need to build this guy a website. You are not a website builder, okay? Your creative pursuit, let's say you're a videographer. You can scale a videography business where you are literally just shooting and editing videos for people. You could scale that easily to $250,000 to $500,000 a year, no problem. Only offering videography and editing services. You can scale a social media management business all the way to $250,000, $500,000, even up to $1 million a year. Stick to one thing that you know very, very well. Drive it until you are overwhelmed and get it to the point where you are so overwhelmed that you are juggling too much business, and then bring someone in, not to open up another division, another part, another thing to help you fulfill the work that you have. That is how you grow the business. Because right now, for example, you're in videography, you're a shooter, right? What you do is when you have those 6, 7 jobs and you can't juggle them anymore, you find talent that you can put behind the camera that you trust, and you say, hey, I'm going to train you because I'm the expert, and I'm going to train you on how to be really good at videography. You obviously find someone who's done this before and is where you were 2, 3 years ago. Then you get them to the point where they go to shoots with you. They see what you do. You're training them. You write the process down. You're coaching them through it. And then after a couple months, you can send that person to shoots that you cannot be at. And you start marketing yourself as, hey, we're a videography team, and I can send one of my videographers to you to do this. And it keeps you from projects that, you know, aren't really worth your time. And 2, it keeps you interested in the projects that you are valuable. So doing it that way versus saying, well, I got to start offering websites, or I got to start offering paid ads or SEO and something more in the digital marketing sense. Obviously, if you're going to grow that way, that's great, but you have to be ready to scale. And you have to have that plan. And the easiest way to scale is to train someone to do exactly what you do so you can just do more of it. That's the easiest way. And that's something I wish I would have had in my head 3, 4 years ago when things started getting a little busy, because it would have saved me a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and a lot of money to get to where I am now. Number 8, know when to pivot. This one's huge. You do not want to waste time doing stuff that is not valuable anymore. Look, when I started my video production business, the rage was brand videos. Oh, I'm going to make a brand video for a website. I'm going to make a landing page video for your website. I'm going to make a video that as soon as someone goes to the website, this is the first thing they see. It's going to be so freaking awesome. That was the vibe. And that's what was happening. That's the big thing that was happening. But then immediately this little thing called TikTok took off, and people wanted to be on TikTok more. And then Instagram started making Instagram Reels. And then LinkedIn LinkedIn, people wanted to make videos there. And then people wanted to make videos on Instagram as well, obviously, and Facebook and all these other platforms. I had to very quickly say, you know what, the demand is there. I need to start building a business geared to that, geared towards social media content. And so you have to be one step ahead in your industry. You have to constantly be reading about the industry, being in strategic groups on social media, connecting with people who do what you do at scale, at volume, in different industries and different niches, because you learn from them. You start figuring out other ways to apply video to build business, because at the end of the day, clients don't care about quality. They don't care about how great your lighting is or how great the camera is or the sound and the microphone. They care about results. And if you are not delivering results, you will not be hired. So you have to also make it very clear when the culture's changing, when the times are changing, when the platforms are changing, you have to be one step ahead and predict these things and know when they're coming and have a plan for how you are going to move from this direction to that direction. Simple as that. So stay ahead of the trends, stay on the trends. So stay on top of the trends. Make sure that you are consistently learning and researching and growing so you can pivot strategically. Number 9, be honest with your clients. Look, if you don't know how to do something, don't tell them you know how to do it, okay? Because your reputation is on the line, and that is the one thing that is gonna drive business more than anything else, is how your clients feel about you. Because if your clients love you and are raving about you, they will give you more business than you can handle. You will not have to market yourself. You will literally be building your marketing team through your clients. So, you never deliver on things that you are not good at, and you always have to be honest with your clients. Look, whenever I'm onboarding clients now, and I wish I had this strategy, whenever I am on a sales call or a prospecting call or a discovery call, I wish that I employed this tactic that I'm gonna share with you. I always try to talk myself out of work. I always try to say, okay, why should we not work together? Not in that way. You wanna be nice about it, obviously, but you wanna make sure that it's the right fit. Because if someone tells me, hey, so you're a video guy, you do video, social media, that's awesome. So look, I need my phone to ring 50 times this month. I'm not the right fit for that. There's other agencies where you pump a lot of money, you pump a lot of resources, they can get you 50 calls in a month, but that's not what I do. So if I were to say like, yeah, that sounds awesome, that sounds great, we should get started and you should pay me a lot of money. I've never done that before. I'm gonna screw them over, they're gonna screw me over. It's not gonna be pretty when it ends. When a potential client brings up something like that, immediately, boom, red flag. Okay, well look, that's not what I really do. I don't do paid ads, I don't do that kind of thing. There's plenty of agencies that do that. I'd be happy to connect you with somebody that I trust and go from there. Because the last thing you want to do is say you do something and not do it. Your reputation can be on the line. And like I said, your reputation is what's going to get you more business than anything else. And number 10, I saved the best for last. Just kidding. These are all extremely valuable. Do all of these. You're going to save yourself so much time. This one is the best one though. Always, always, always be grateful to every single person who has helped you along the way. Look, you're going to have such a cool story to tell when you say, I went from being a freelance videographer, a freelance photographer, a freelance graphic designer, to now owning a high 6-figure agency where I employ multiple contractors. I work on my own schedule. I get to basically do whatever I want. I get to be the exact person that I want to be in this world. There's a lot of people that helped you get there. There's a lot of people that took a chance on you. There's a lot of people who gave you money when they probably shouldn't have, but they believed in you so much and they want to be a part of that story. You thank those people. You tag them on social media. You give them love. You send them gifts. You write them handwritten notes. You let them know that you appreciate them from the bottom of your heart, that you are grateful to them for being a part of that journey with you, and you never let them forget. This is the most important lesson that I can give in this video because it's something that I failed at for the first 3-4 years of my business, and I continually do it nonstop now. I always say thank you. I'm always grateful. I always show my appreciation to anybody who's been any part of my journey. You have to. Look, I don't really believe in karma. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't think it's real, but at the same time, what you put out, you will get back. If you are grateful, if you are treating people well, if you are appreciative of all the things that you've been given growing your business, I promise you, it comes back, and it comes back in doses that you can't even handle. And that's something that I've experienced in my life. There have been times where I've thought, geez, I'm gonna have to sell my apartment. I'm gonna have to sell a car. I'm gonna have to, rip out a kidney and sell it because I need to make this business work. And out of nowhere, a friend says, hey, I wanna hire you to do this. How much do you charge? And it literally saved my year. That's happened to me multiple times as I was building my business. And those are people that you have to be grateful for. You have to say thanks to. You have to show your gratitude. You have to show them love, and you have to always take care of them. So make sure you are always grateful. So here are the 10 things I wish I knew before I started my creative agency. Number 1, give away for free, but be strategic about it. Number 2, learn how to say no. Number 3, be comfortable with not knowing what you are doing. going to take time. Number 4, prioritize your relationships. Number 5, know your value and know what you are worth. Number 6, don't worry about over-delivering because you don't want to overpromise and under-deliver. Number 7, don't offer to do things that you are not good at or that you cannot solve. Number 8, you have to know when to pivot. The industry is always changing. Number 9, always be honest with your clients. And number 10, the most important one, always be great. So I hope you got a lot of information out of this video. I hope it answered any questions you have. I hope that when you're building out your business, even if you take 1 or 2 of these things and go all in on applying them, I promise you, it's gonna save you time. You're gonna cut corners. You're gonna be able to fast motion this reality that you wanna have, which is being an independent business owner and not working these 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, scraping by just to get by for the next month. I've lived all that, I've experienced it. It is not fun. But if you are strategic about these things, and you do not make the mistakes that I made in building my business, you will get to where you need to go so much faster. You know how to find me. I'm always happy to answer any questions or give you any more advice outside of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some feedback if you don't mind in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.